Time now for your forecast first. WRBL News 3 First Alert Weather.
A line of showers and thunderstorms that are significant under severe levels, but we're going to see some brief torrential rain and some strong gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and it's headed your way in this trek. I have it for you coming up. You're watching WRBL News 3 on your side.
Straight ahead, a mother hides her face from cameras. She's accused of killing her 4-month-old child. We'll take you inside the courtroom.
Plus, the people who live there say it's time to stop crime. We'll show you how Phoenix City is trying to get a huge check to make the streets safer.
On your side, this is News 3 Evening Edition.
Good evening, and thank you for trusting News 3. I'm Phil Scoggins.
And I'm Teresa Whitaker. Severe weather knocking on the door. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Jeswald is tracking some storms.
The strongest portion is farther south, and albeit it's weakened, that's some good news for us thanks to today's weather setup. We're looking at these storms starting to generate here into the viewing area, coming in just east and along Interstate 85 in Lee County. So Auburn right now seeing some very heavy rain, and we're seeing some not only torrential rain, a few embedded thunderstorms enhancing that, and the track takes us right to Hurtsboro, Alabama, about 5 o'clock, just 1 minute away from that right now at this hour Central Time, through around at least Smith Station around 17 minutes after 5 o'clock Central, and Eastern Time Phoenix City and Columbus around the bottom of the hour. So that's what we're looking at. Waverly Hall coming up just before 7 o'clock at 6:45. So here's another view of this. You can see as it moves fast at 40 miles per hour, we do get wind gusts. That's what significant means. These are enough that could still topple over some weakened trees. We look at the storm rotation. Great news here. We don't have anything that would be conducive of seeing any severe damaging wind or some mesocyclone. That's some certainly rotation amongst the showers and thunderstorms, which we're not seeing. In fact, the big picture showing us anything more significant is down here where the significant thunderstorms are located, and severe weather could be down in our extreme southern counties, which we are watching right now for you. But certainly pales in comparison to what happened across Louisiana last night. Take a look at this. Very sad news to report. Of course, we had a couple deaths reported. This is aerial shots from a drone of the storm damage today in Ruston, Louisiana. These parishes were the hardest hit, and many trees have gone down. In addition to that, several reported tornadoes just outside the Shreveport, Louisiana area. And you can see from this footage here, significant damage to rooftops, trees toppled over, and again, you could see these businesses and even a local school had to be closed today from some damage in this area as well. So the same system has marched eastward, and what we're seeing now, albeit a little weakening to the north, Phil and Teresa, in this area, still significant. We're going to keep watching, and that's why we're weather aware for tonight. It's the southern counties, again, that pose that bigger risk, and that's why the Storm Prediction Center has areas shaded in brown, seeing the best potential, especially south of Dothan, the Florida Panhandle, and southern Alabama. We're seeing some isolated, damaging wind with storms. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. Of course, we'll pitch it back over to you if you see anything popping up on the radar.
To stay on top of the severe weather, you can watch this newscast streaming live right now on WRBL.com.
Now to our top story. It's a shocking one. A mother at her wit's end because of her crying child.
The horrible result tonight, she's accused of killing her infant son.
WRBL's Chuck Williams here now. And Chuck, you were in that courtroom as 31-year-old Ashley Nicole King faced a judge today.
That's right, Phil and Teresa. The Phoenix City woman faces a capital murder charge. The 31-year-old woman entered the courtroom with her cuffed hands covering her face. Once inside, she sat motionless as District Court Judge Walter Gray read the charge. King did not yet have legal counsel, so the hearing lasted less than 5 minutes. She's accused of starting a fire at the Cloverleaf Apartments that killed her baby. Phoenix City Police tell News 3 that a property manager went to investigate a noise complaint at apartment 29D about 30 minutes before the fatal fire. King told that manager she had not slept and the baby would not stop crying.
What about this case was so egregious that led to those charges being filed immediately?
Well, as you heard the judge read in court, that this was a fire and a 4-month-old baby.
King was taken into custody Wednesday morning at the fire scene. She had an outstanding warrant for her arrest that allowed police to hold her until the capital charges were filed later in the day. Phil, Teresa.
All right, thank you so much, Chuck. We've been breaking new information about this story all day long.
You can head to WRBL.com to see more original reporting from Chuck Williams and Elizabeth White about the Phoenix City death penalty attorney that is assigned to defend King.
The Phoenix City Housing Authority hosted a visioning session this morning in an effort to revitalize its Frederick Douglass apartments and the surrounding neighborhoods. Residents and those who work in the community heard from a project analyst and shared ideas on ways of improving their neighborhood. The top concerns everyone could agree on: public safety and more access to public transportation. The Housing Authority says they are applying for a grant with HUD. If awarded, the grant will be up to $30 million.
Even if we don't get the implementation grant, we're still moving forward with this. We have awesome commitments and a partnership with the City of Phoenix City. They're on board with us. They were our co-applicant for this grant application. So, you know, I think it's a win-win.
Another meeting on the redevelopment plan happening tonight in Phoenix City at the Chuck Roberts Activity Center.
News 3 is on your side, putting a spotlight today on the issue of prescription drug abuse.
According to the 2017 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, 6 million Americans misused controlled prescription drugs. The study shows that a majority of abused prescription drugs were obtained from family and friends, often from the home medicine cabinet. Well, ways to safely and securely dispose of those potentially deadly pills is a community service some may not know about.
It is why that News 3 has teamed up with Piedmont Columbus Regional, the Columbus Health Department, and Sun Chevrolet for a prescription drug take-back event that's going on right now across from the Health Department between 10th Avenue and Comer Avenue.
News 3's Bria Berry joins us with more on the project and how you can get involved. Bria.
Hey, good evening, Teresa and Phil. Now, this is one of the many drop-offs we received here at the prescription drug take-back event. I'm going to step out of the way just for a minute so you can get a clear view of the setup. As you can see, you can enter here off of 10th Avenue, pull around and drop your medication off. Piedmont Columbus Regional, we're here to help safely and securely dispose those items. Sergeant Jeremy Hadaway with the Muskogee County Sheriff's Office is also here helping us collect expired and unused prescription drugs for safe and secure disposal. We want to thank our community partners who are with us, including the Columbus Health Department and Piedmont Columbus Regional. Joining me now is the Chief Officer of Nursing, Gary Birchman. And good evening.
Good evening.
I want to say it so bad. Good morning. I don't know why. All right, so if you can talk a little bit about the changes that we're seeing that you guys are trying to address the opioid abuse and epidemic.
Well, we've created a task force within Piedmont, so all 11 hospitals participate. And we've got representation from physicians, nurses, pharmacists, others, looking at this problem and doing things like changing practice patterns, providing education to patients and our clinicians, looking at changing our formularies. So there's a lot of things that we're doing to address the problem.
Why is this so important?
Well, it's important not only locally, but nationally. It's a big problem because it starts off sometimes with just a small procedure that can then turn into an addiction. And once you've reached the point of addiction, you've got a serious problem to be dealt with.
This is very important information, and people can come out here. We have about 20 minutes left, so you guys stick around. We'll have more from the event, sending things back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bria. Well, there's still much more to come on News 3 Evening Edition. We'll check back in with Bria in just a few minutes.
Plus, in our Athletes of the Week, we're talking about the Columbus lacrosse team making history.
And it's moving through quick, the squall line, and we're not seeing anything severe, but a little significant along the lines. We could have gusts 30 mile per hour, 40 mile per hour when we get around the thunderstorms around southern Lee, Russell County, Bullock, Macon counties, and Barber counties here. It is moving fast, and we need the rain, and the most strongest storms are concentrated farther south. So Columbus, for example, about 40 minutes after, we'll see the heaviest rain coming in. And, of course, we're seeing those winds picking up as well from the northwest.